After 2 nights, not a whole lot was learned about the Democrat 2020 candidates for president, other than knowing that Crazy is alive and very, very sick. The first of 12 Democratic presidential debates took place on Wednesday and Thursday nights in Miami, Florida. To set the stage, we must first introduce our cast of characters.
You know I like snack pack. Why can't you just give me a snack pack?
So hot. Want to touch the hiney.
You seriously don't believe me, Dad?
Por favor. Buenos días. Buenas tardes.
I don't even know you. Go away, mister.
He is a bad, bad man.
I'll tumble for you. I'll tumble for you.
No.
There's something
I know that's only half the characters on stage, but we don't have time to get to all of their pronouns. There were 10 candidates on each night, and actually there are more than 24 running for the Democrat nomination to go up against President Trump in 2020. The number of candidates is actually getting competitive with the number of illegals we have coming into this country on a minute-by-minute basis. If you were smart and did not watch the debates, just know it was 4 hours of dumpster fire and pain that you had to laugh through or you'd cry. There were 10 on each night, but Thursday night's debate featured the most likely to succeed candidates. Wednesday night just had Elizabeth Warren and a bunch of single-digit draws. It looked more like the family Thanksgiving dinner where there's an odd count, so one adult has to sit at the kids' table, but we're not really sure who the adult is. The NBC-affiliated moderators certainly thought it was Elizabeth Warren, putting her in the middle of the stage, having her start the debate, and allowing her to answer almost every question, especially for the first hour. Meanwhile, this poor sap didn't get a word in for almost 40 minutes. But the patriarchy! And speaking of such, Thursday night had a full display of the oldest and whitest of those men.
Well, you're quite right.
Look.
Part of Joe's generation. Let's be clear.
I'm still holding on to that torch. I did it.
But it was Kamala Harris who brought the fireworks with her attitude toward pretty much everyone on stage, especially Joe Biden.
Oh, really, fool? Really?
Stop looking at me, Swan.
And yet, in true contradictory fashion, she was also the one who said,
"Hey guys, you know what? America does not want to witness a food fight. They want to know how we're going to put food on their table."
Now, in summary of the 2 nights, we learned pretty much nothing new. There was an emphasis on the economy, but all of the Democrats' plans could have been explained in just 10 seconds.
Look at all this milk. You want some of this milk?
That milk belongs to that classroom.
Oh, they don't got to know about it. It could be our milk.
For a few moments, there were calls to think about us, the little people, the worker bees. There were some concerns about the school children, the nurses, the brothers and sisters, aunts, and even one special uncle.
Does this hurt my Uncle Dick in his deer stand?
Overall, you heard abortion, abortion, abortion. No private health insurance. Free, free, free. The world is ending because of climate change. I'll get you, my pretty, and your little gun, too. And come one, come all. Citizenship is global, and Trump is to blame for everything. But we learned 3 things between the 2 nights. Número 1, español cualquiera.
Buenas noches, gracias de invitarnos.
Gusto en verlo. Me llamo Julián Castro y estoy postulando por presidente de los Estados Unidos.
Cada votante necesitamos la representación.
Ha demonizado los inmigrantes. Es inaceptable. Voy a cambiar este.
Did you see those eyes on Booker? At first we thought Booker's like, he's loco. Why is he even speaking Spanish? But then we quickly realized Booker's just pissed that the bro beat him to it. And for all the rest of us who speak English, we just heard,
Ah.
Yes, I know that was a French lesson, but there's a theme here that we're trying to follow.
So back off!
Moving on to the second thing, mic drop. On night 1, NBC had some technical errors, if you will, and confused the heck out of everyone.
What's happening?
We are hearing our colleagues' audio. If the control room could turn off the mics.
But when that awkwardly didn't work, he had to cut to a commercial break. Now, he should have taken Miss Lippy's more calming approach.
Quiet down, my special people.
After the break, and probably someone getting fired, the candidates were off and running, doing what they do best. Number 3, pandering. Oh, the pandering between the 2 nights was just beyond the pale.
I believe in reproductive justice. And what that means is that just because a woman, or let's also not forget, someone in the trans community, a trans female.
There's something that sets me apart from all my colleagues running in this race, and that is for the last 21 years I've been raising a black son in America.
We do not talk enough about trans Americans, especially African American trans Americans, and the incredibly high rates of murder right now.
As a parent of a generation who sends our children to school where we look at what they're wearing so we can remember it in case we have to identify them later.
I'm going to harness love for political purposes. I will meet you on that field, and sir, love will win.
Yes, love will win, whatever that may mean. After their first attempts at pandering to some sort of base, one can only wonder what the campaign teams thought of their candidates' performances.
You know something? You suck.
I am the smartest man alive! You blew it!
You guys are losers, not me.
This was a mistake from the beginning.
Take it easy, psycho. You blew it, you lose.
2016 comes to mind with that last one. But after seeing the bleep show that was just the first debate, I know about 4 people out there may be wondering, is there still time for Hillary Clinton to come back? Or is she too cool for school?
If peeing your pants is cool, consider me Miles Davis.
There have been a lot of commentaries on the debates, mine included, but there is one that summed it up better than all the rest.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Again, I remind you that this was debate 1 of 12, so buckle up, folks. There are plenty more of the incoherent, pandering, and downright lies to come. Until next time, stay healthy, America.